Welcome to the introduction and only guide you will ever need to understand what profitability means in trading. Now, most of you most likely looked on Instagram, on X, wherever you guys saw some type of trader make a bunch of money in a little bit amount of time, so that's why you're here today. Well, the whole point of what I am doing today is to be able to show you what you can actually use to find actual profitability in trading, not the runaround of, hey, follow me and make some money. This is different, right? This is understanding trading for what it really is at its core. So there's going to be what you need to start off first, right? The first things that you're going to need to start off with. Understanding what we can control. So let's start off with the first three things we need. We need a strategy. We also need a risk management system. And we need a time management system. Why are these things that we need, right? So as a strategy, something that we need as a strategy is a way for us as retail traders to look and find a perspective as far as where the direction is going to go for the market, whether the price will go up or whether the price will go down. Now, we secondly need a risk management system. Remember, these are only things we can control. So with a risk management system, we need to focus and figure out how we can stick to a certain fixed risk that will allow us to find mathematical profitability over time, right? Over time. And a time management system is going to be managing your time to make this like a job. If you want to be paid like a business with trading, you must treat it like a business. To be paid, so if you want it to be paid like a business, you must treat it as such, right? This is real raw trading for what it is. I'm not sitting here with a bunch of edits. I'm not trying to flash anything in your face. All I am trying to tell you to do today is control what you can control with trading. If you can understand that now as somebody who is new to trading and new to the markets, then you will go so much farther than those who have sat there for years and years just trying to get to this point, right? We must understand as traders, we are both the CEO as well as the employee. So if we are trying to structure a business as the CEO, we must create a rule system for ourselves and then use that rule system and follow that rule system as an employee. If you own a business and your employee does not follow the rules, you will not profit like you want to, right? Like you should be. So this is understanding what we need. This is our introduction. We have a strategy, a risk management system, and a time management system. And then at the end of the day, all that's going to follow through is just execution. So if you find something that is mathematically proven over time that is comfortable for you to trade, then stick with that and do not go any more. So, as a trader, somebody who has been doing this for over 5 years with 5+ years of experience, those are the biggest and most important things for you to be able to find profitability just starting out in trading. Do not focus on going to make the money just quickly. Just only focus on just controlling what you can, which is your risk management, your time management, and your strategy. So, once these things are found and once these things are golden, we must understand that trading as a whole is only 90% psychology. So this falls under execution, taking trades, holding trades. It's a different mindset that differs from just your strategy. So it's a 90% psychology and 10% strategy. Now, one thing I will say with trading overall, that there are many strategies that are out there. We have EMAs, we have patterns, we have everything. But we must understand that what holds us to, or what differs the profitable from the unprofitable, is simply going to be their risk management. They can only control their risk management, so they're only focused on their risk management, right? And we'll talk about risk management on the next slide. Trading is a game of risk. If we can manage our risk better than the others, then we will profit and we will continue to stay profit. It is about finding consistency, sticking to that, and never quitting from that point. So if risk management is very important, well, what does that mean to manage risk, right? So if we are looking to manage risk, let's say our starting balance is $1,000. So we have an $1,000 starting balance and we're looking to manage risk. What this means is I want to be able to, because we are bound to have losses in trading, I want to be able to manage my risk that allows me over time to mathematically prove something to myself that will allow me to comfortably continue to trade over and over again. So if I have $1,000, right, and I'm looking to mathematically risk, I am looking for at least a 1-to-1 R. This means if I were risking, let's say $5, if I made 1R, then I would make $5 in this specific scenario. So that's what a 1-to-1 R would be. A 5-to-1 would be if you are risking $5, you made $25 out of that specific trade, right? So all we really need is a 1-to-1 R and an over 50% win rate. Now, you may see traders out there that trade differently. They may trade with a smaller win rate, a higher R&R. They may trade with a higher win rate and a lower R&R. At the end of the day, what separates the profitable from the unprofitable, again, is going to be their risk management. So if they can handle those losses and continue to keep going, that's what will put them on top of those other traders that continue to just go break even. Now, if I have $1,000 account, what my advice for risk is for a personal account is always going to be 1 to 5% of your portfolio. So if it is 1 to 5% of my portfolio, this means every single time I'm taking a trade, I'm risking at least 1 to 5% of my portfolio. If I were risking 1% of my portfolio on a $1,000 account, this would only be $10 per trade. So for an example, this would be $10 per trade. Now, if I have a 1-to-1 strategy, if I'm only looking for 1-to-1s and I have over a 50% win rate, let's say we take 5 trades. Let's say we won 2, or let's say we won 3 and lost 2. So if we took 5 trades, we won 3 and we lost 2, the 3 wins are going to be $30 that we made, and the 2 losses will be 20. So we will be out with a plus $10 profit. That is how trading works as a gist. Now, we must understand too, as traders, that losses are inevitable. So, if you're coming into this game with FOMO or fear, which are two things I'm going to explain in just a second, then we must understand that that is going to harm us over the long term, right? We don't want to have FOMO and we don't want to have fear under the stress. These are the biggest things that happen as traders when you start to gain emotions when coming into the market. Now, understand why I told you this introduction at the very, very beginning, right? This is not something that we're talking about later. I'm not showing you a strategy first and then saying how to become profitable after that. I'm telling you what real trading is at its core. So we must understand that. Now, at the beginning, we can understand and get to a point of FOMO. We can also get to a point of fear under distress. Every single trader will go through this. I promise you, we are human and we have emotions. So understanding these two things and then learning to react from them is what is going to separate you from the unprofitable. So FOMO is going to be fear of missing out. And then FUD is going to be fear under distress. Now, at the core of what these mean and what they are going to be your emotions of fear and greed. FOMO is going to be that fear of missing out, which is in turn greed. You are greedy. You are trying to get in with the other people who are posting their P&Ls. And then FUD is going to be fear under distress. Maybe you're afraid to lose, right? All of these things can point to a FUD type of behavior. Now, what we want to do as traders is not steer away from these emotions because they will pop up, but react to them in a way that allows us to continue to trade comfortably and still stick to the system and stick to the rules. So making those rules for yourself, finding that comfortability through a strategy, and then using that to be able to execute relentlessly is what is going to bring you at that level you are looking to seek. So let's do a little bit of a summary, talk about what we had started out with, and then we will use that to bring it back and start our actual series where we will go over my strategy, we will go over my rules, and we will go over how I found profitability as a trader trading 5 years plus in these markets, right? So to bring it all together, right, and to do a little summary, we will go ahead and do this here. So, as the summary for what we are looking for today, what are the 3 things we need to start off with first to be able to understand how to trade and to gain our edge and to gain our system? First is going to be a strategy. After a strategy, we must have risk management. Following risk management, we must have time management. So if all of these things are done and they are done to what we need to look for every single time, which is holding our strategy true, finding our risk management, sticking to that same risk management, and finding our time management and sticking to that same time management, then we will get into that point of profitability and consistent progress. And I must tell you, as you guys are starting out, this will take time. This will take time and a lot of experience. The experience is going to come from you executing, from you taking trades, from you holding trades, from you finding the emotion from those trades and being able to react off of that. So do not take this for granted. Do not try to make as much as you can, as quick as possible. Only focus on the system. Your goal at each end of the day or each trading session should be, did I follow my rules? So this is the question I want you guys to ask yourself. After everything has been done, after you have back tested your strategy, after you have figured everything out and found comfortability with a strategy and with a risk management system, once you start to execute, this should be the question after every single trade. This should be the question after every single review. Every time you look to go back, this is what we need to ask ourselves. Did I follow my rules? So this is going to be the biggest focus for you guys as traders to be able to gain that profitability and stick to that profitability overall. So I like to keep these short. I like to keep these simple. I'm not going to sit here and blow you up with information that you don't need. I'm only going to give you the truth, right? So that is what is going to defer me from the others. And you can look for that in our Discord at discord.gg/leverage, where we live trade, where we journal live, where everything is done live so you guys can see how it is done as a real trader. So again, thanks to everybody who had showed up today for this YouTube video. This is just the first part of the series, just the introduction. We have a lot of videos coming out, so I'm very, very excited to show you guys that. Again, this is a business. If you want to get paid as one, then treat it like a business, right? Set those rules for yourself and follow those rules. So again, thanks to everybody who had popped out today. I hope you enjoy your rest of your day and or night, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out, everyone.